Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
How about that? It is FriYAY. Oh, that's messy. I have a little side desk there where I keep a bunch of stuff. Anyway, welcome to Q&A FriYAY. Denise, Marianne, Nancy, and Kathy, so good to see you. Thanks so much for showing up. We have been doing our Get Strong challenge. How has that been going for you? Hi, Catherine. Good to see you. Martha. There's Elaine. Hello. It's nice to see you. Jama, you too? What do you know? Anybody want to give me a flex? Show me your muscle. Tell me about what you've learned about all of that. Juanita, Amber's in the house. Jenny's in the house. And I'm going to bet Lindsay is as well. So our whole team is here waiting for your reply. As you know, it's Q&A, and look, I got a whole bunch of questions, and I'm so glad that you guys send them in. Remember, next week you can send yours in and get it answered. Send it in to support@savingdinner.com. Question for Leanne on Friday goes right there in the subject line, and then that cues us up and lets us know that that's how we're going to get that answered for you. Yeah, Nancy says starting easy. Good for you, Nancy. That's the way to start. Hello, Anne. Very lovely to see you. Jackie, you're here. Yay. And I also see Doris and Melissa. So good to have you here. All right. So like I said, we have a lot of questions here. We're going to get right to them in just a minute. But I also want to make sure that you understand that the webinar for our next sprint is next Monday, this Monday coming up. Go get signed up. Now, I'm always updating these webinars, so you never know. You might see a little something special. You also get a lot of handouts that you don't normally get. They're right there in the webinar. So be there, okay? savingdinner.com/sprint. That's how you get it. /sprint. There's the link right here in the chat if you need it. Hi, Jane. Hi, Terry. I'm glad you're here. Joanne is here, of course. If you weren't here, Joanna, I probably would cry me a river. Diane and Marguerite, hello. Our, supplement of the week. Well, my goodness. And by the way, the first question that we have today is about our supplement of the week. It's about vitamin D. So you'll have to be tuning in for that one. Hufflin, Francesca, hello. Because you're going to want that. That's good information. Diane is in the house too. We have our two Dianes here. It's so nice to have you here. This is buy 3, get 1 free. Now, understand how important vitamin D is for your overall immune system function. It's one of the best supporting supplements there are. I go into great depth about what vitamin D is about and how it acts with calcium, magnesium for bone health. So you really want to read this. Go to savingdinner.com/show. And of course, hi Corliss, you can shop this and get it. It is an incredible value. Buy 3, get 1 free. I like that a lot. So that's what we have for that. That's our supplement of the week. And of course, we have all of our fabulous success tools at savingdinner.com/success or /tools. You know what? Actually, Jenny gave me an extra link because I keep saying it's /success. So now it's either one. Success or wherever you want to get it. It's there though, I promise you. How about that? Hi, Angie. She's in the house. It's good to have Angie on board. Anyway, so just check that out because listen, your quote deck, your mindful mug, and your journal are all going to help you set up your environment, set up your mind for 100% success. And when we're adhered, to our program, I always think of adhere as like a leech, but it's important. When we're adhered to the program that we have, you know what happens? We find ourselves following it. It gets easier and easier. And when we have a successful environment, we have a successful outcome. Funny how that whole thing works, isn't it? I love that so much. Anyway, also Full Bloom is in full bloom. It's time to get your ticket. Are you ready? We are going all virtual. We had to cancel, as you know, our in-person event, which crushed me. But you know what? I'm over it. I'm looking forward to the next thing. It's going to be exciting. I promise you, it is going to be exciting. And I'm going to be, all I can say is I'm delighted. So many of you are coming, but now's the time to get on it, especially if you want to do a two-pay now, right now, savingdinner.com/bloom. And I cannot wait to share with you all the things that I believe are going to be a big time needle mover in your life. You know, we oftentimes operate off of a place of fear. And if we can dispense of the fear and build the courage, then we can start living a much more vibrant life. Amen? Pinky's up for that one, because that's what it's all about. Hi there, Darla. I'm so glad to see you. It makes all the difference in the world. I don't want you to miss out on this thing. It's on Saturday, September 11th. Okay, it's an all-day thing. You get an amazing swag bag with it, all of it. Go check the page, savingdinner.com/balloon. There goes the pinkies. Catherine's got hers up already. So that's exciting. Also, what else did I want? Oh, the quote of the week. How about that? And it's going to change tomorrow. So if you don't have this one yet, look. Steady as a clock, busy as a bee, and cheerful as a cricket. Thank you, Martha Washington. We all need to hear that, don't we? If we have a day like this every day, that's vibrancy. Martha was telling us all about it. Good old Martha. She knows a thing or two. Anyway, that's what we have. So let's get down to business, shall we, with our questions. Oh, and by the way, every once in a while we'll throw out a flash sale, not today. Every once in a while we'll throw out a food fight item. I've got one for you, and it's an old one, and it's a little bit recycled, but it's a good one. How about this? And especially considering we're going to be coming up on the sprint, what about a sardine challenge? I'm not kidding you when I say sardines. Now, I have my favorites. Oh gosh, I can't remember. Wild Planet is the name of the favorite that I have, because they pack it with extra virgin olive oil. Okay, these sardines are delicious. Oh my gosh, they are omega-3 fat bombs and just so good for you. Stick them in a salad. I'm going to tell you what, even if these are not your mom's sardines, these are not the kippers that your dad was eating out of a can. My dad used to do that. He was English, and of course that was his excuse for everything. But check it out. See if you can't get some sardines into your life. One of the things that I love about sardines is they hold you, they keep you full for so long. And I know when I'm eating them that I'm getting in all of that omega-3 fatty acid stuff. So what do you think? You game? Why not? All right. The first question is from Cindy. How many IUs are in the 100 micrograms of the vitamin D? She's talking about our vitamin. She's talking about this right here. Now, two things that we do. A lot of times, oftentimes, well, hello there, Carla. A lot of times you are going to see out there vitamin D and vitamin E and what is the other one that we, vitamin D and fish oil in oil form. And that's because they're oil soluble nutrients essentially. And that's where they come from. But no, I don't like them because of the fact that they could be rancid by the time they hit that capsule. So I'm just really not a fan. And especially if you have the repeat fish burps, you know exactly what I'm saying. Same with vitamin D. It can be rancid. This is why ours is in dry form. Now, the micrograms translates into 4,000 international units. And according to PubMed, this is safe for everyone. Now, in a perfect world, we all go and get our vitamin D levels tested, and we can buy tests and get that done ourselves, by the way. We get our vitamin D test, and then we know exactly where we stand. Remember, when you have an oil-soluble vitamin, that means that it stays in your body. Vitamin E is an oil-soluble vitamin, but acts like a vitamin, like a water-soluble, like vitamin B, and you use it up, kind of like how MCT, well, it's bad, maybe a bad analogy, but how MCT oil is used for energy and doesn't get stored. Well, same kind of a thing. We use up our vitamin E. Vitamin D, no, gets stored. Vitamin A gets stored. So we don't want to have too much of it because that is toxic. Not toxic like you're going to die, but toxic as in your body doesn't need that much. And at that point, it becomes metabolic clutter. So let's not do that. Let's have the correct amount. So if you're taking our vitamin D, just one capsule a day is going to give you 4,000 international units, and that's perfectly safe. All the information there is on, you will find right there on PubMed about that. Interesting, isn't it? I like it. And remember, dry form is superior to an oil form because they take the oil form and it's in its freshest possible way, and they dry it. And so you don't have a chance for rancidity. There you go. Okay, so there's people here talking just fine. I won't do the ice cold shower because I was talking about the benefits of taking a cold shower. I don't like it either. I barely made it that 30 seconds and got out, but I felt great afterwards. But that's not like exercise to me. Exercise I can handle a whole lot more than a cold shower. So sardines. Yeah, sardines. All right. This is from Christy. She says, hello and thank you for all you do for us. I am a silent member of the community. I don't do Facebook, nor do I do comment on YouTube, but I feel so supported by all of you just the same. That's great, isn't it? There's a lot of people out there like that, and I'm okay with that. Hi, Lisa and Vanessa. I'm glad you're here. How much caffeine is too much caffeine? That is, how many cups of caffeinated tea should I limit myself to each day? Right now, I have 1 16-ounce cup of hot tea every morning and then leave the tea bag in the cup for the next 16 ounces of cold water. I'd really like to use a new tea bag for a second 16-ounce cup of hot tea some days. Is that too much? What might be the ramifications or consequences of more caffeine be? Okay, so here's the thing. This is a really good question. And the answer is that it's quite individual because we metabolize caffeine. And there are fast metabolizers and there are slow metabolizers. That's why it's different for all people. That's why you know of people who can have coffee in the evening or in the afternoon and it doesn't affect them, whereas you do, and good grief, you're going to be up all night. So that means that you're probably a little bit slower of a metabolizer of caffeine than a friend of yours. The only way to know if you are is to do a genetic testing. And in my genetic testing, I found out that I was a fast metabolizer for caffeine, which is great, but that doesn't give me free license to go crazy, It just means that if I have a little tea in the afternoon, it's not going to lay me out, which is nice. So you know yourself, and this is the thing that we need to do. This is the way we need to follow this whole thing. This is exactly how we need to follow it. How do you feel? How do you feel? Because caffeine in and of itself is actually good for you. It's good for your blood pressure. It's good for your heart. It's good for a lot of things. It's a vasodilator, all kinds of things. But too much caffeine is too much caffeine. End of story. And that is, you get to make that determination. So if you want to have another 16 ounce with another tea bag, that's really 2 cups. And that's totally 4 cups, but it's with 1 tea bag. I think that sounds fine to me, but not if it affects you and it gives you heart palpitations or it keeps you up all night. So that's my long way of just saying, it's totally up to you and how do you feel. But, we don't get into really high doses of caffeine until we start doing crazy things like taking diet pills with lots of caffeine in them. And I never recommend, if you take a look at everything that we have that, could even come under the heading of diet pills, they're all supplements to support the processes of your body as you lose weight. There's nothing in there that, puts your metabolism on fire. Infocrusher could be called that because it does help to stimulate your metabolism. And same with a little bit with Leptofix and Crave Crusher. But at the end of the day, you know what it is, right? It is all about how you metabolize caffeine, okay? Some of us are more sensitive than others. If you are a sensitive type, I would just say have your next cup be a decaf cup of tea. That works too. This is from Eliza. I'm doing the Vibrant Body Detox. I bought the kit. When do I take the Vibrant Body Detox supplement? And I would say you can take it in the morning if you want to, or you can take it at night. Personal preference. I take mine at night. I take mine at night when I go to bed. It's not just when I'm doing the detox, I'm using mine all the time. Because as you know about our Vibrant Body Detox, it's not one of these big kick your butt type of detoxes where you can't leave the house because you're going to have massive diarrhea or anything like that. It's just helping to support your body's natural processes, because your body is naturally detoxing all the time to do the work that it needs to do. Okay. Hey, Noreen. So that's why I take mine at night. At night is when our body repairs, especially between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Those hours are golden. If I could get everybody to go to bed just a little bit early, fall asleep by 10 and go, stay there, at night, boy, what a better world this would be. You'd be getting so much better quality sleep. This is the quality time. It's the healing and repair time. And that's when your body gets down to business. So when I'm taking mine too, this is just a weird thing that I have. And, I'm just telling you, maybe it's a little woo-woo or whatever, but I connect with my body. And as I'm taking my supplements at night before I go to sleep, and I'm taking my Sleepies, Vibrant Body Detox, and then I'm getting my thyroid out in the morning, getting ready for that. I have just this whole routine. I take I use Sleepy Time tea. I have a cup of Sleepy Time tea, and I might, if I'm really tired and I know that my brain's been going crazy, I might use a little bit of powdered magnesium. What is it called? What is it called? You know what I'm talking about. Hi, Jeanette. Calm. Thank you. It's called Calm. Yeah, I might take that too. It just depends. I'm bringing it all down because I get myself go, 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 go all day. I'm working out, go walk the dog, come back, do some work, do this, do that. I'm just active all day long. And my phone is constantly going up, reminding me to get up off my butt, So if that's the case, then I need to bring it all down. And that's why I do what I do. And I love the fact that my body is doing the detoxing at night. I'm giving it just a little bit of help. She also asks, when do I do just juice veggies? I don't see it or any smoothie mentioned in the instruction. Well, we're going to update that because I think in the instruction, it says to have the Target Trifecta smoothie or to have the puddings that we have in there. We have chia seed type puddings with the perfect paleo protein. But we say that we also tell you, that to do the Target Trifecta smoothie, and it's not in there. So we are updating the guide so that the Target Trifecta smoothie is in there so you can see it. That just juice veggies, it just tells you right there, to add it right there to your Target Trifecta smoothie. Also, one thing that I would say is if you do decide to do the chia seed puddings that we have in there, which are really quite delicious, by the way, my strong suggestion is that you just maybe afterwards or even before, if you wanted to, just do a glass of water with just juice veggies mixed in there. Or you could add it even to your soup if you wanted to, because we have the Mighty Mitochondria soup in there. Lots of different things that you can do with it, but add it every day. It's there on purpose and for purpose, by the way, because it has 6 to 7 servings of fruit and vegetables in there. It's not sweet. It's kind of maybe a little sweet-ish, but it's really nothing. It's not going to bother you. Okay. I love hearing your routines, Leanne, because that's how I make mine. Oh, that's great, Vanessa. Well, if it works for you, great. These are my shortcuts. This is this way that I do stuff. She also says, I'm doing InflaCrusher with my first meal. Excellent. And the other thing is, don't be afraid of InflaCrusher. If you have more pain coming up or you're just feeling a little bit weird, this is curcumin on steroids. This is pharmaceutical grade curcumin. And understand what this does. This is one of the crushers of inflammation out there that's been studied in thousands of studies. And you can see all the studies over on PubMed. And I always say, this is based on the studies, go check it out. And I mean that, I'm not going to, I will help you with some of your questions, but I just want you to understand that, you have the ability to use these things as if you would Tylenol. So every 4 hours, you could be taking an InflaCrusher, just one, instead of taking a bunch of Tylenol and wrecking your liver. Instead, you'd be supporting your liver and crushing your pain. Keep that in mind. This is from Darla. So thankful you do this. By the way, loving my journal. I know I've said it before, but it is such a game changer. Amen to that. It really is. Then she says, what is the best way to store cut up veggies in the fridge, especially cucumber and radish so they keep their crispness? Well, if you can figure that out, let me know, because I have never been able to figure it out. So my whole solution to it, I just do it fresh. That's why. I find cucumbers and radishes go squishy and they make me gag. So I'm like that. I don't like it. And I'm not a big fan of cucumber. I know how good cucumber is. It's the hydration vegetable, really. What I do is, and I always make this supersonic big ass salad every single day. It's one of our routines that we've got, especially, using our Misfix produce box and all of that. I always over order salads. It forces us to eat so much salad. And we have a humongous salad every single night. In it, I put those baby bell peppers, which I love, those little sweet peppers that come. So I get those in there, and I like to get a red, a yellow, and an orange in there, just because they have different flavonoids in there with the colors. The cucumbers, and I like the baby cucumbers. Don't eat the skin. Most of the skin is full of wax. So I get like either the English or the baby cucumbers. I don't like the waxy ones. They're nasty. And that's, that wax on there is to protect the cucumber. Yeah, the smell of cucumber is lovely. I agree with you, Vanessa. It is lovely. And I like it infused in water with a little mint. I think that's really nice as well. But what I do is I grate my cucumber, and I buy the baby cukes every time, a big bag of them, and I give Lincoln some. If you've seen Lincoln eat vegetables, it's the cutest thing ever. And by the way, P.S., are you following us on Instagram? Our Amber, I hope she's here, but our Amber has been doing such a fine job on our Instagram. I would love it if you start following us and start commenting on our posts too, because she's doing a great job. This is Instagram.com/saving dinner. Simple, easy to find us. So don't forget to do that, because different content, totally different content. Hi, Kimberline. Hi, Emily and Mary Ann. So that's my suggestion for you. So I just, instead of, because I grate my carrot into my salad, and I grate not when we're sprinting, but when we're making regular salad, because our salads have tons of veggies in it. I take broccoli sprouts and put it in there. I buy pea sprouts and chop those up. Different salads, arugula, red leaf lettuce. I mean, you name that tune, we've got it. And baby kale. And I chop that because I find the big leaves to be obnoxious. So I just don't, but I just build this massive salad and make our vinaigrette, and we're home free every single night. And the salad looks like it's big enough for 4, and we split it. So that's been I think has been a big energy builder, because that's feeding my mitochondria. And I invite everybody to do that. But grated cucumber in your salad, that's the bomb. And it just takes boom, 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 you're done, and then it's in your salad, and you don't have to worry about sogginess or anything like that. Because I just don't believe that there's a way to do crisp for cucumber, and it's just nasty otherwise. So anyway, she says, I have 100 pounds to lose. My focus is definitely on health over quick weight loss, but yes, I want to get the unhealthy pounds off. It was so freeing to me when I learned about intermittent fasting. Amen. Isn't it, Darla? I mean, that is a game changer. That is a game changer, because you learn at that point that you are in control, and not, you're supposed to have breakfast because it's the most important meal of the day. Baloney, marketing ploy from the Kellogg's company that got picked up. No, we don't have to do that. That's what I love about that. So I'm glad you have that. Old mentality of calories for the day sneaks in at times and makes me want to start questioning. Everybody does. Now, I want to clarify something with calories. Calories is a metric, but so is the measuring tape, and so is getting on the scale. So is how you feel. So is your digestion. If we really, really want to get into the weeds, it's more important to figure out how much and how well are you digesting, and what are you absorbing, for heaven's sakes. Because at the end of the day, there are so many people out there with digestive issues, ranging from gallbladder problems, ranging from IBS and just bloating and maybe some food sensitivities or something going on. There's a lot going on. And I find that women in my world have something, something that's just not right. And that's why I'm bringing this up, because I want you to pay attention to your digestion. Your digestion is going to directly impact how much nutrition you're getting out of your food. So if you're not getting the nutrition out of your food, you're just, basically eating a $10 meal and getting 50 cents worth of nutrition. Yeah, you see that? That's an issue. We are going to have a whole digestion, leaky gut webinar coming up. I've been asked about that quite a few times, and it's on my docket, if you will, my list of things to write. It's fascinating, and it's also interesting how you can really readjust that, and how it's also part of your mindset. You'll have to stay tuned for that, but that's really good information. She says, I guess I'm just wanting some affirmation about only eating when I'm hungry. I want to get all the nutrition in and feel energized. Should I be concerned with calories for the day or lack thereof? No. Here's the thing, Darla. And so remember this too. Anybody who has a significant amount of fat to lose, you have fat stores that your body can feed off of. Well, we all do. We all do. But especially if you have like over 50 pounds to lose, if you didn't eat for a few days because you weren't hungry and just allowed your body to numb, that's fine. Your hunger will return. And that's a matter of trusting your body. And there is an intuition that our bodies have that we just don't give them credit for. There is an intuition. As a matter of fact, if you read the obesity code, I believe, or the diabetes code, one of them, there was a case study of a man who had hundreds of pounds, literally hundreds of pounds to lose. And he just started fasting. And don't you know it, he didn't eat until about a year had passed. Now, I don't recommend this for any. He stayed with a doctor who knew all about fasting. He was getting his proper hydration every day, and he lost all the weight. And because of autophagy, which is the process that happens that when you are in that place of deprivation, so to speak, your body starts to gobble up itself. And it goes with the thing that it knows. And it goes with the easiest source. First of all, it takes care of the glycogen that's stored in your liver and in your muscles and tissues. And then it starts to go for the next easy fuel, fat. Munch. And the guy felt great. He never felt hungry. And he just kept drinking his water. If anybody's seen this, it's a phenomenal story of one man's way of getting through. And as far as nutrient levels and everything, he was tested by this doctor. And there was no problem with him not having the nutrients because his body was burning all of that fat. It's a fascinating study. Go look it up, and it might even be on YouTube with Dr. Fung. Go take a look at that. So I would say to you, if you're listening to your body and you go, well, I'm worrying about getting enough nutrition, your body will let you know when you're hungry. You're hungry for some nutrients, and your body will let you know. Does that make sense? No, Jama, that's a myth. She says, doesn't your metabolism slow down? That is a big fat myth. It's not true at all. Because if we are listening to our bodies, we're not starving ourselves, we're fasting on purpose. Your metabolism doesn't slow down at all. As a matter of fact, it revs your metabolism because it switches fuels. So that's the interesting part. And again, to anybody who has this kind of a question, when, our old mentality of calories in, calories out and all of that, and especially if you have a significant amount of weight to lose, look and read the obesity code and don't be afraid of fasting. Intermittent fasting, yes, 16, 18 hours, and then maybe even a longer fast. And if you have any kind of blood sugar issues or any kind of concerns like that, find a doctor who is familiar with fasting and will supervise your fast for you. Or there is Dr. Fung has a website, and he's got fasting coaches there it would be a cool program to get involved with and just really do it. Honestly, Darla, I know, and I know you because I've seen so much of what you're doing. Staying the course and maybe even just going for a whole day and just saying, I'm just really not that hungry, just a little bit of something or whatever. Have a cup of bone broth, just a little cup of bone broth, and squeeze some lime in it and a little sriracha and a little touch of pink salt. And oftentimes that will do the trick and you're ready and set to go. My longest time that I have done in my, I fasted for 7 days one time. This is back when I was in my 20s, and it was, just something that I did because it was a big deal. But this age, I went to, I've gone 42 hours. It was nothing. It was easy to do. And, I haven't done it lately. I think the longest that I've gone lately within this last year, probably 22 hours or whatever. Eat when you're hungry, stop when you're satisfied, not full, and just allow yourself to feel the way you feel. And then sometimes when we're starting up on our fasting journey, I also want to add this in, that we come to this place of like, we're not trusting our bodies, or we're really hungry at the beginning, excuse me. Well, that's why we start with the 12-12 hours of fasting and 12 hours of not fasting. And then we squeeze down the not fasting window to about 8 hours or 6 or 4. And you can even do one meal a day, although the research is very clear on that is not optimal for getting in the nutrition, and not optimal too for weight loss, because your body gets really used to that very quickly. So my suggestion is always shake the box, listen to your body, and get the nutrition in when your body's saying, hey, I'm hungry. And when you're not hungry, don't worry about getting the nutrition in. Your body will tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, guess what? Let's go eat something. Okay? You've got this. Darla, you've 100% got this. I'm just going to give you my support here. Anyway, that's a very good question. And I get asked this quite a bit, and I think it helps. And Jeanette's right. Fasting sure helps when you have digestive issues. 100%. 100%. Emily says she has so much energy when she fasts. So do I. And it is really, yes, it's good for digestive issues. And yes, it is good for energy. And one of the things too that I've really loved is doing fasted workouts. They just seem to be more precise and more on it. And then I break my fast, even though I haven't really broken a fast, but the first thing that I drink the, yes, it does. The coffee, well, okay, I'll hold on a minute there. But I break my fast basically with hot milk mix. And that helps to keep you in ketosis, by the way. Fabulous stuff. Really good stuff. Does the smoothie count as one meal? If you're talking about the sprint, Jama, the smoothie is your break fast, and then there's meals after that. And it's either 1 or 2, depending on when you break your fast. Does that make sense? So if you break your fast, say now, then you're going to have one meal later when you start getting hungry again. So you'll have a smoothie and a meal. Does that make sense? I think it does. It's all there in the Huddled Sprint, by the way. So if you are going to be on Monday, on intermittent fasting, yes, it does. Remember, anything with calories counts as a meal, because what anything with calories does is it switches on your insulin. Now, insulin's your fat storing hormone. And the more we can keep that switch off, the better we can burn that fat. And we want glucagon to be present. When glucagon is present, insulin is not. And glucagon is switched on with exercise and fasting. So if you do both, boom, boom, double whammy. See how that works? Hello, Willow. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it gave you a lot of good information on how to fast, how much vitamin D to take, by the way. And don't forget, we have our fabulous vitamin D, savingdinner.com/show for the deal. And just, stay the course. Stay the course. We have one challenge after the other challenge after the other challenge, because I know what it is to fall off the rails. I know what it is to lose your way. And I don't want that for you. It's no good to be doing the hot melt sprint, losing 4 or 5 pounds and then putting it all back on only to have to do it again. If you're on a journey, and you're on a weight loss journey and you really want to get that stuff off, you got to stay in. You don't want to lose that progress. Your body loves the sprint. Let me just tell you, you know why your body loves the sprint? Your inflammation goes down. You start to feel better. You have more energy. You're getting the nutrition in. And if you have a waist that's over 35 inches, your body's saying, you know what, I really don't need those carbs. And by the way, I will tell you this, that carbohydrates are the only nutrient out there you do not need, because your body will make carbohydrates out of anything that you have if they're not available in your food. How's that for fun? Love stuff like that. It's interesting. We have the ability to create, manipulate, and have our bodies respond in the way that we want to, if only we understand how they operate. That's why I'm telling you about insulin and glucagon and keeping the insulin switch not turned on, because that's where your belly fat comes from. You know, it just, first place it goes, boom, there you go. Especially if you're a postmenopausal woman. I think that's just the meanest thing ever. And when I get to heaven, I'm going to ask God about that, because really, why? Why? So there you go. All right. That is our show today. Can you believe that it went this quick? Yeah, Emily, of course, you do have to practice fasting. You have to start at 12, just don't eat after dinner. Easy. And then start your day, and then go a little bit further and a little bit further. And the next thing you know, you can really bump it out. And the wonderful thing is autophagy kicks in, which is a metabolic cleanup that will take care of things like skin tags, toxins inside of your body, stretch marks, cellulite, honestly, all of these things. Munch, munch, munch. Just see it, little Pac-Man coming right at you. Anyway, I hope those were, Sarah says she thinks we should call them focuses instead of challenges, make them normal instead of hard. Well, that's a really brilliant idea, Sarah. So what's your focus on this week? Our focus next Monday, is going to be the Hot Melt Sprint. Be there for the webinar, savingdinner.com/sprint. Go get signed up. And our focus this week, we've been all about getting strong. Let's see some of those biceps. Throw them down. Thank you so much again for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow for Soulful Saturday. Peace be with you.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.